Justice is the equilibrium between the full freedom of the individual and the restrictions thereon necessary for the safety of society. The restraint of personal conduct within too narrow limits, the necessity of which cannot be made clear, excites resentment, stimulates angry passions, and hence causes unhappiness through a sense of injustice. Restraint within necessary limits only, the necessity of which can be seen, arouses no resentment. On the contrary, it satisfies the individual, favours harmonious cooperation, profits society, and increases the happiness of its members through the appreciation of that necessity. But for the fixing of the boundary line between necessary and unnecessary restraints upon personal conduct, some other matters still are to be considered. I have said that man instinctively feels resentment at interference with whatever he may think is his right to do or get or keep. If this interference is from any of his fellow men, his resentment is greater than when it is from natural forces. There arises the desire for vengeance, the desire to get even, to use a common phrase, by inflicting a corresponding injury on the offender. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth is instinctively demanded now as of old. If unable to inflict a corresponding injury, there is the desire to inflict an equivalent injury. To paraphrase Bacon, revenge is justice running wild. This instinct should be heeded by society. If it be necessary for its own preservation that society restrain this instinct, prohibit private vengeance, then it must itself provide for satisfaction of the instinct. The offender must be compelled to make full compensation, or else be made to suffer in turn some deprivation of rights claimed by him that shall be commensurate with the offence. This should be done speedily and gratuitously, so far as possible. Delay and expense cause resentment in the suitor for justice, and so cause injustice. In doing this, society not only protects itself, but it restores an equilibrium of rights disturbed by the offender. This restoration of equilibrium is an essential element in the concept of justice. Society must frame and enforce rules for the regulation and control of the conduct of its individual members, must even restrain them to some extent from the gratification of some of their desires. On the other hand, these instincts, desires, etc., must still be reckoned with. They cannot be wholly suppressed nor even very much reduced or impeded if society is to progress or even exist. There must be left to the individual some degree of liberty of choice and action,